Listen, you don't need a plane ticket to Europe to make these sweet, crunchy, yet soft at the same time breakfast item. And if you're anything like me who prefers breakfast for dinner, go ahead and make you some chicken and waffles while you're at it. Another no. I was at the ripe age of 25 when I found out that the waffles that I grew up eating was not in fact Belgian waffles, but I want to say Brussels waffles. And although at first making it felt a little daunting, it was absolutely worth it. Fair warning, especially to those who are making them for the first time, it does take some extra time and elbow grease because you're essentially making a bread dough, so it has to proof for a little bit of time. However, if you are like me who grew up in a Haitian household, you already know that Manje pran plis, plus goût, so I already knew what I was signing up for. Y'all ever see that video where they were cracking an egg and every 2 seconds they have to wash their fingers because the egg yolk got on it? That was me with this. I tried to do it one-handed, trying to show off a little bit, and it was so gross. I used a recipe I found online but tweaked a little bit. So instead of using softened butter like they suggested, I used melted butter. And instead of using the full 2/3 cup of the pearl sugar later on, I only used maybe about half of that. Don't be like me and use your hand if you have a mixer. I should have just busted out my electric mixer, but I don't know why I wanted to make things difficult for myself. So just use the electric mixer if you can. Before proofing your dough for about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how warm your space is, be sure to grease the bowl so that you don't have a mess. And if you're like me and don't have a space that's warm enough to proof it, just put it in a space that's closed off with a bowl of hot water, and that should do the trick. After the dough is done proofing, that's when you want to fold in your pearl sugar. Go ahead and let it proof again for 30 minutes. I was so excited to make it that night. It was going to be like a breakfast for dinner type of thing, but I wanted to make something else while the proofing was happening, a little multitask, and a fire alarm started to go off, but it was going off in Korean, so I had no idea what they were saying. Thankfully, nothing else happened, but I didn't even want to make it anymore, so I ended up letting it proof for much longer than 30 minutes. Well, what can you do? Be sure to grease your waffle iron. I only had to do it one time and it worked out perfectly well for all the other waffles. In true I cook with my eyes fashion, I don't know how much of the waffle dough that I put in at a time. So I think it's best if you just try it out for yourself and see how much fits in your waffle maker. Repeat that for all of your waffles and you're good to go. Since I lost my appetite, I decided to just freeze mine and as like a meal prep situation. They were really good, but I think I would change the recipe up a little bit differently. So I'll come back with that. That being said, does anybody know how to properly clean a waffle maker? Because I feel like I got water in places that water should not have gone. So please let your girl know because I don't want to mess this up. I just got it too.
I like Manje, no.